Yeah, it's going to be tough for EHOME. We'll see. They do have Planet on his Rubik.
Doesn't look like a great Rubik game, though, to be honest.
It doesn't, but that's the thing. I guess this is a big tell game, right? Because we've talked about Planet kind of having that comparison to FY. At least I've kind of compared him to FY. I don't know if anybody else is, but he's had those good like Earthshaker and Rubik games. But when there's not a good Rubik game, FY still came out in the clutch. So now the question becomes, can he do it? Can he still hold it, be the playmaker, be that guy to help EHOME win this game? Because both these teams have 3 wins. 4 wins, I think you're almost guaranteed a tiebreak for a cross your fingers, cross your toes major. Maybe?
Yeah, tiebreaker should be...
if it exists.
In the cards, minimum.
Yeah.
So it's a very big one for both of these teams, as we have said before.
Has been killed.
It would certainly be breaking what we saw in the last year, where EHOME was like constantly that 6th place team that was not getting relegated but not going to the major. And of course LBZS had their back and forths, and now they're up here at Division 1 again.
Despite them having on paper a much more seasoned team, right?
Yeah, both these teams are pretty fresh, pretty green.
Certainly are. A lot of, I mean, even if they qualify for both these teams, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
They're still very, very green.
I think getting group stage, if they can do that, get top 3 or something like that, is certainly such a great amount of experience. You play a lot of games. I wouldn't want one of these teams to go straight playoffs. Not that I'm saying they could, you know, outrank LGD, but I think the most experience would come from maybe the wild card into the group stage if they were to not get eliminated there. It's a good feeling to play that many international games. That's a lot of experience that you just don't get. Like these teams play a lot within the region. You get your DPLs, you're gonna have the Intel World Open coming up, the IWO. You'll have these teams, or some of these teams playing within that. It's very interesting when you finally get that chance to get that wild card group stage.
Yeah, but major especially, it's like the caliber of teams is suddenly so different, right?
Yeah.
Even if you play like your regional leagues, sure there are some of the best teams in the world, but the play styles are vastly different in all the regions, so you definitely want to get your own fair share of experience, learn a lot from them, maybe even copy some of the styles, and maybe they suit you really well.
Yeah, and bring it to potentially the next season.
I'm the next Spirit and win TI.
Yeah, the dreams are always there, and we'll see what happens. That's why this series is very important. And you know, we're taking a look around. We've got Legion Commander at the top of the CS chart at the moment. Glass is doing a good job. Zeal on this tide. They talked to Shiro, or we actually talked to Shiro yesterday, and it was about Zeal. How he's getting a lot more of the coaching than everybody else because he's kind of this newest player here for EHOME.
Yeah, and he's also probably the newest player, just competitive Dota in general, out of the squad.
Right.
So it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, they said he's the hard worker. So let's see how hard he's been working.
How he's going to do on this tide, and within this series, he's up against Kagome on the Drow and Detachment on that Clockwork. And things pretty quiet. This happens, get to like the 7-minute mark, get that first blood from either team. But is there really kill potential? Like, where is the most kill potential for any of these teams?
Probably the bot lane. Like if Drow or Clock are ever really like out of position, they can die pretty easily. Same with the Rubik. Like if he ever gets like run down by the Clockwork plus Drow Ranger, you're slow too much, getting those mini stuns. There's potential for death, but even then you still have the lift. Like all the lanes are set up in a way where it's pretty hard for anyone to die, really.
Might be a bit of a quiet start.
Yeah, but Zeal's put up in the Kraken Shell as well. The Ring of Health, he's not taking any damage.
Interesting thing to note is ZZQ did catch Weaver making stacks there. So he's kind of got that information, and Shiro maybe steals a stack if they play it aggressively. I don't know how easy that's going to be for him, though.
Yeah, pretty tough. They're definitely the Tide Hunter there. He's the stack boy this game. I'm surprised they even stack the Ancients, because the Radiant doesn't have the easiest way of farming those. Like, you don't want to farm that as a Drow Ranger. It's too inefficient until you get some items up.
And what are you going to do if your Death Prophet just exorcism to get stacks here?
Well, you want to use that to get some towers and kills.
Yeah. You want an objective take. DZQ trying to do the same, make some stacks to back off 4, and we'll see if it ends up being 7E or Zeal who takes those stacks, or even Hero. They've got some decent stack taking here for EHOME.
Yeah, sure. Especially once an armor comes out, you can sustain through most of that damage. Which is why Wraithing is pretty damn good right now. You take 0 damage while farming stacks and stuff.
Do you like 1 dose of skeletons? Yes. Do you like a second respawn dose of skeletons? Well, if you're the Wraith King, your answer is probably yes, and if you're not, the answer is definitely no.
Times 8. Well, Zeal might be the first buy here.
Yeah, they got the swarm on him. They've detachment looking for the body blocks. Telekinesis up and down, stuns up Salad, but Zeal will eventually fall for that first blood.
Yep.
Detachment getting credit for that one.
Can't get those bugs over you with the Kraken Shell.
But we've seen Weavers in the 4 position be very effective. 7E taking a chance and getting it correct. Picking up that double damage.
Yep, my good old friend RNG.
Yeah. RNG is sometimes a very fun mechanic.
When it favors you, yeah.
When it's 12% or 17% or, well, when it's going up against you, 100%.
Yeah, that's what we call selective memory, right?
I swear we do it too, or it's just like, it's been double damage every single time, right?
Yeah, that's selective memory too, though. Although it just looks kind of funny whenever a team is planning to go Roche, there is a DD.
Yeah, it almost seems consistent.
But it also just probably looks that way because they wouldn't want to go Roche without a DD. So as soon as they see the DD, oh, let's go Roche, you know? And then we're like, oh yeah, every time.
Every time they get DD, yeah, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. I thought we were just being salty that it was always DD. You're not wrong. Zeal almost level 6. He'll have that Ravage available. You've got 70 waiting down here bottom to potentially take this tier 1 tower. And we've seen a lot of this in the Chinese region. Those early tier 1 tower takes.
Radiant are scanning.
The big tower take on a Diado, well, the only one really is that Wraith King. And he, like when he shows up to the bot lane, it should be a pretty easy tower. But until then, it's going to be a very slow one. Like the creeps will be doing most of the damage.
Yeah, they're taking top with that.
Compared to this push, the bottom push is nothing.
Yeah, it's much easier to do it with the Exorcism. You've also got Salad and Molasses here. And they're going to get this tier 1 tower. They've got the catapult with them, so easy tower for LBZS. And again, very quiet. Both these teams pretty conservative with their movements, which is, I would say, at least from what we've seen prior to this game, pretty uncharacteristic of what we've really witnessed.
Yeah, but it makes sense when you see the drafts. Like the only thing that surprises me is that the Razor is actually really poor.
Yeah, I thought 70 was doing a little bit better than that, but
DP is like an insane laner now. The Crypt Swarm mana cost is ridiculously low. They just get spammed out of lane as Razor. And they picked it into the DP, and as I said many times before, I'm not a big fan of that at all, because the passive damage really, like, even if you drain the DP, it doesn't matter. The Ghost will still eat you.
Yeah. It was the 4th pick Razor, which was also into the Drow, so it felt like a very odd choice into both those heroes.
We'll see if it pays off or not. Like, we should be seeing some more action soonish, like when the Exorcism is off cooldown, when the LC starts getting to his blink, her blink. Went for the arm at first, I believe.
Yeah, I was definitely enjoying EHOME playing a little bit more outside the box too with their drafts. I think yesterday was a good showing of that.
Yeah.
Leaning more towards, say, that Windrunner in multiple positions. I thought that was something that we're not really seeing too much in drafts.
Remember what I said though, like as soon as you think you are on even footing with your opponent or better, you are gonna draft it more conservative lineup. And both teams did that. Like they 3rd picked the Drow Ranger, they would have never done that against LGD or something like that, you know?
Right.
And then they just picked like Razor and Wraith King, like super meta heroes that are not uncommon for them, but it's like not entirely what is their playstyle, let's say.
So they're just following the comfort, whereas what's been finding them success is kind of getting out of their comfort zone and doing something different.
Yeah, and we'll see who has the better comfort.
First duel of the game, and they've got the Swarm to follow it up, but the damage isn't going to be there to get that duel victory. They'll lay down a sentry, double stun coming through, and they'll get the kill into ZZQ. Rotate over Zeal, they've got the telekinesis. Zeal went the other way, not going after Salad, but Planet's right there with him. He's level 6, he had stolen the Shikuchi. That's what you want if you are the Rubik.
He's now a better Weaver.
Now turns around and gets one in return.
Yeah, slow games are usually pretty sad for an LC. Like, you really want to get that dual damage.
You want a snowball.
Yeah. So far, you got nothing at all.
We've seen some games where Legion commanders kind of get out of control. They get some solo farm, some solo experience up in their lane, and then they get an early duel victory, and it really can get out of control. But like you said, you want to start off hot, and when you miss those first couple duels, your game kind of stagnates because you're not really the farm priority in this game.
Yeah, I mean, just every dual kill impacts the Legion Commander's game so much, because like 10 damage that you farm a creep camp faster with, 10 damage will help your next dual kill, and it just always adds up, adds up, adds up. And if you don't get anything, your entire game is just so slow. You become a support at some point.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes with Legion commanders. The trajectories are very obvious, or well, very laid out. Yeah, you're either snowballing or you're a support. There's sometimes that in between, but it really doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, generally I'm not a big fan of Legion Commander just because of that reason. Like, I like more stability in my draft.
Right.
But in this draft in particular, I think it is quite strong because you have a lot of damage from the DP and from the Drow. So you don't need to pick an offliner like Sand King that offers like a ton of damage, because it will be coming out from those two cores. But yeah, realistically, the teamfight is quite a bit worse right now against the Tidehunter. You're not fighting into that Ravage.
You don't really want to. I almost want to say LBZS kind of want to play this Counter-Strike play, where like draw EHOME in a little bit, take it into a bit of an out position, gust or a hook shot into turning around with a duel, exorcism. You've got the fight afterwards. Maybe if you could draw out that Ravage as well.
I think the play is, if you ever want to fight, you gotta burst that Tidehunter with a duel.
And if you don't, your team fight might, it's going to suffer.
If he survives on like 200 health or something and gets the Ravage out, you're done.
Yeah, and he's already got that hood, so it's building up, being a little bit more survivable this early on.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you don't go on the Tidehunter, you can't really win the team fight either. We'll see
Four-man
what the
smoke.
plan is.
Breaks.
Nice.
Good job by detachment.
Yeah.
Whether or not he dies, I think that's fine, just breaking the smoke.
Isn't even gonna die, probably. Oh, he gets slowed down by the Ghost though, that's so annoying.
Stealing Shikuchi, that'll help them catch up, and
The Ghost slow down,
they get
man.
that Fable, and they'll get the kill, so Planet.
Stupid Ghost. I hate that.
It's never the neutral camp you want, right?
Yeah, unlucky, RNG. Selective memory.
It's always something that hurts your game.
Yeah, gotta call it out though. Every time. What happened to Drow Ranger? Why is his number up so down?
Yeah, down below 7E, and it felt like Drow was having an open game. Obviously, they took that tier 1 tower.
PP. They have a lot of damage on the side of EHOME right now. PP has to be very careful.
And they've got that omnipresence of the Ravage. You said you didn't want to fight into it, nor do you want to defend against it. It feels sometimes pretty bad to do so. They're trying to keep the map open for Kagome right now, but Planet postures. Not that he has anybody really backing him up. The Wraith King's not far, but not near either.
And he's farming in an area that's not really super suitable for your carry to be in at this point. This is also why his net worth is so low. Like, he's playing the wrong areas right now. Or Razor might be caught out here, or...
Lost molasses. He was spotted by ZZQ and pressed the attack, trying to survive. Hookshot in the turnaround. Yes. Overwhelming odds right on top of the two of them, and 70's going to drop with ZZQ. They do lose detachment, but that's the sacrifice well worth. You're getting 2 kills there for the side of LBZS.
That was an insane hookshot.
Yeah, and you got the double cogs. Overwhelming odds right on top of the two of them.
Yeah, he did not deserve to die there. But, you know, your support.
You did your job.
Yeah.
And they just move with this exorcism towards mid.
probably not enough to destroy it, but
It's gonna get
make it
close.
quite low. Yeah, Shiro's also rotating in. Don't want to lose that tower too early. Gotta be careful on PP.
He's up a little bit far. If ZZQ hits that stun, maybe they have the chance to get the kill, but they also have that press the attack. Does make it difficult to your over-aligning stuns to just get that kill, because if two stuns are on him and you get the press the attack, then you got nothing to stop him.
Yeah, they're smoking straight away. They're quick enough, they might be able to catch the Draw Ranger. They see him on the top lane. On the rotation back to the triangle.
Got Shikuchi stolen on planet again, but they'll wrap towards mid.
Oh, detachment again?
Yeah, the question is this detachment kill really worth it? It is a kill that they're gonna get, and it does happen right by the tier 1 mid, so they can put some damage on this tower. I guess just the question becomes, where's the positives? You do get the kill if you get the tower, yes, double positive there, but that's space. That's what you want to do.
But you gotta open the map
3 times.
You gotta open the map, and that's what they did. It's the correct move to make. Sure, you only kill the clock, but tower on top
Radiant's middle tower
of that feels very nice. And the Wraith is actually on top of the draw, but just be out.
Yeah, so they've got bottom and mid now, so that does make the jungle a little bit more dangerous if Kagome wants to.
I am really concerned about the Draw Ranger. I don't know why his net worth is so low. I really don't know.
It hasn't
he's had so much
really
space.
progressed either. Yeah, he's getting a lot of space made, and they're going to try and fight. They've got a 4-man smoke.
They want to fight into the Ravage.
That was under vision anyway, I believe.
Yeah,
They've
but
got that deep ward.
What is even the decision there to fight under Ravage without Exorcism? Not quite sure
Good
there.
spot for ZZQ and Dust. He's just on the high ground. It's really well done by EHOME. And they knew that was coming anyway.
Actually, I feel like EHOME should have baited them in. They knew it's coming. They know there's no Exorcism. And they have Ravage.
Yeah.
So, while they didn't lose anything, I think they could have almost won the game right there. Like, if they bait them into the triangle, Tidehunter like rotates in from behind or something, there's nowhere to go for LBCS. But,
I mean, it's a net positive, but yeah, it could have been a net positive.
yeah,
Could have been
it's,
really good.
like a team like LGD, they would have like drawn you in, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
armor baits at the triangle a little bit, but the entire team is like behind them. They get this good Ravage team fight. And when you LBCS, you're like, oh.
I know Ricky and Neff like this one. They would have dangled a little bit more.
Yeah, you look like a dangler.
I'm an anglerfish with a little light bulb hang.
Spada?
Yeah, he does have his sets, right?
Yeah. Or was it his old model, perhaps?
I forget. And he's got those ugly teeth. Those fish have.
Hey.
That's actually the. Well, I'm not gonna get. Nobody wants to hear fish news.
But Tidehunter has a Blink Dagger. That's good news.
That's fish news.
If you're an EHOME fan, that's fish news.
There's also Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander, so Molasses still looking for his first duel victory.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, the first duel was at 10 minutes, so he hasn't really used it since, and that's a bit of an issue, right?
Scanning.
His game really hasn't snowballed out of control. He's just looking for a BKB, and
Radiant's bottom tower
Kagome's
is under
struggling
attack.
a little bit. You're giving up more of the farm, I think, if you're the Legion, although they are both pretty close to each other.
He also has the cast range and keen optics, so gonna be about 400-500 dual range. Oh, this is the mark of the duel, though.
Kind of has to hit, and now they've gotten the duel, and again, no damage. So this really doesn't do anything for them. The static link, they've got the Gush, they'll go after Molasses. Gust, Ravage coming through on a 2, and they'll take out Molasses. Looking over at Kippy, who wanted to use Exorcism. He wound that up, and then he never got it off.
Luckily.
Yeah. I think if he had used it, it would have just been a waste.
They're going straight into the pit. They do have the Desolator on the Wraith King, of course, and I'm really surprised. Like, to go for that kill, like Draw Ranger was right behind, but they were not on the same page at all. Draw ran away instantly, and yeah, LGS is looking a little bit flustered. Whereas EHOME playing very well.
Yeah, their shot calling seems to be a little bit better than what we've seen from LBCS at the moment. Sentry down, Salad moving forward, overwhelming odds, does land on a couple. Time lapse back from Salad, who's going into that early Ags, just trying to help out his team and keep them alive if they do get jumped. Back detachment goes in with the hook shot, wraps his cogs around 2, but they get the kill to Kagome as well as Molasses. Without the drown, the Legion Commander, this just feels like a tough fight for LBCS. Detachment in on planet, 70 getting really low, but turn on him, he's still gonna survive here. PP and Salad go down, and eventually it's the bugs that take care of 70.
Yeah, and you know, we are casters, we're supposed to like say it's never over until it's over, but this fight was real bad for LBCS. They did lose the draw ranger instantly.
So fast. Yeah, and Molasses.
They had no sentry down against the Nyx Assassin. It just doesn't feel like the LBCS we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
They really, well, as the already said, you know, they're very hit or miss.
This is their last series, so...
The most important, well, one of the most important series.
EHOME have 2 series to get to 4 wins, whereas LBCS, they need this to get to 4 wins.
Well, they did say they achieved their goal, you know, so it's good for them, but...
It's always good to reach for more.
You really want to get more than that, yeah. But right now, they're really getting outplayed by EHOME.
Always strive to be better.
Yeah, never be complacent.
ZZQ Zeal down here with Planet, and to the side they also do have Shiro.
Yeah.
Moving in on a tier 2, Molasses, he's the only one down here from the side of LBCS and makes his presence known and felt with an overwhelming odds, but Planet looking with that Chikuchi. Yeah, they're not gonna find him, he's already gone. But they want to push the tower, they want to get this tier 2, open up the outpost.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Deso picked up for the Wraith King, now a Blink Dagger.
No real signs of life right now for LBCS. Yeah. Don't really have any plays around the map, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Legion still struggling. No dual damage. It just does not feel like a great Legion game anymore. And ZZQ here, ready to go. Lands the stun onto the Death Prophet. Hook shot in from detachment, but there's the 3-man Ravage coming in. Steal the overwhelming odds. They get the kill into Molasses. They'll take out PP. Now looking for this Clockwork. And they don't have a way to stop his TP, so it's another 2 kills for the side of EHOME, and a very easy 2 kills for the side of EHOME. Now 12-5 with a 7,000 net worth lead.
Yeah, drafts don't matter if you get outplayed like this. And Draw Ranger now up to Shadowblade, but still over 3,000 net worth behind the Wraith King. Which again, I feel like there's no reason for him to be this underfarmed. Like, he had a good lane,
and he had
no
a lot
depth.
of space.
He had a lot of space.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like with more inexperienced carry players, like they walk around with the team a little bit too much, don't prioritize their own game enough, and then games like these can happen, where you're supposed to be much richer, but you're not.
Yeah, you're behind the tide.
Yeah, and DP almost has BKB, or at least they're actually just straight smoking up because they don't have no Ravage, okay? They're still fighting into an Aegis Wraith King though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can kill him 3 times.
They'd have to kill the team around him first. I don't think that they can just start with the Wraith King.
Yeah, but Wraith King has the blink, so he's gonna be straight in the face.
Yeah. They know where the Razor is off that plasma field. Blink looking for the duel, but doesn't get it, and now Molasses is just dead.
They baited him in again. They're just getting outplayed at every turn.
Yeah, they drew him in, and then they had the great reaction on that one. Planet getting credit for that kill. And again, it didn't look like the best Rubik game. He really hasn't stolen anything crazy. Chikuchi, overwhelming odds. Like,
this one's good though.
It's not anything too nuts.
Press the attack is amazing though.
Yeah.
On PB's dead again.
He's got the BKB, but I'm not sure it will matter if they want to dive this tower. And right now, 70's saying, I'll dive in, and Shiro just chops him in half. Doesn't care about the BKB. The right-click damage bringing him from about, what, 85% health to 2% health?
Oh, that was close. Just up to mine there. Not gonna high gun already. Luckily, there's no skeleton charges right now, but they have no glyph.
Yeah, no glyph ready, and it is not going to be ready for a long time. Overwhelming odds thrown out. They've got Planet and ZZQ ready to protect Shiro, Zeal, and 7E. It's 50 seconds still in the Aegis, and even then, you still have 2 lives on Shiro. I don't know if they can kill him twice, let alone 3 times.
Yeah, creeps are about to come in. They do have exorcism though on the DP. So they have to respect it a little bit.
Blink in, Impale coming through. Spike Carapace a little bit late. They also have the shard on the Rubik, so he's giving that press the attack with the magic immunity. That feels really good.
Yeah. They're actually letting them leave.
Yeah, for free. And Ravage had just come up. I don't know, even if they fought into that, that could have
It's
just
scary.
went terribly.
The thing is, though, EHOME just
smoking
takes,
Are scanning.
and they're not losing anything.
Yeah, they're not paying for their advancements.
But they're actually smoking into EHOME again.
Yeah.
So they do have a 2 BKB timing, so the Ravage might not be as strong. Because we'll see whether they get it off in time or not.
Scan comes out, and now EHOME know exactly where they are. They also are taking the outpost. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, EHOME, they're going to smoke themselves and maybe make the move. Zeal going to lead the action, land a Ravage, and potentially put a bow tie on this game and seal it up.
If Drow or DP die here, it's probably just game over.
Drow
They saw the Drow. He's dead.
and yeah, Kagome not going to live. A big one shot there from Shiro to get the kill on a Kagome, now dead for 45 seconds. And this is a fight and a kill taking place across the river, which of course normally when you've got the pushing power that they do leads to at least a couple objectives.
Yeah. And the Rex should just be falling. And you can just see the difference of like reading the map. Like they read the smoke perfectly, but LBZS didn't read the smoke of EHOME at all.
Get the melee racks. They're going to shift towards bottom. They took that tier 2 a while back. Ags on the Weaver, but I just don't think it's going to matter.
It could make a difference, just as of now, DP is the only real damage they have. So they're going to keep the DP alive no matter what. They still have the Ravage, so even getting in to get the time lapse is a challenge. Only 600 cast range. Not what you were hoping for if you're LBZS or a fan of theirs.
Yeah, right now the sun is still set. But the dawn of a new day could be coming. Doesn't have to happen this game. Could happen in the next 2.
Yeah, it's a BO3 for a reason.
I'd gladly hit something.
They have a lot of things to iron out before that.
Where next to sink my blade?
Up for the Weaver. Kagome still trying to get ahead.
Well,
of
I
his
actually
time.
thought he had his BKB finished already. He's not even close.
Still 1,000 gold away.
Yeah.
Minimum respawn timer on Roche, about a minute out.
Yeah, if you're
Fresh on
EHOME,
Razor.
you just wait for that.
The thing about this is if they're able to just sit back and get this refresher on Razor before they fight, that's
A wise king always has
the
done.
high point of your BKB being refreshed.
They can still burst him though with a duel and exorcism. That's definitely a possibility. But Rubik already has a shard and the force staff, so this is the new playstyle of Rubik, where when you get the force and the shard, you can actually throw someone away so far.
Yeah.
Throw him away, you force stuff him away, and suddenly he's just out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still gotta have your teammate look the right way, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just
But even just a throwaway gives you like 2 seconds already.
yeah.
And the duel probably ends already. AC now completed as well, so Drought damage is even more diminished, as well as the spirits.
I like when we see Rubik's throw themselves into the fight.
Yeah, just to stun people. Just knocking on the high ground without respecting the Roche respawn time. We have seen it a couple of times, backfiring.
Minute and a half away, they've now got the Ags on Zeal.
Yeah. I'm afraid there are too many problems right now and not enough answers.
Yeah, it's real tough. It comes down to
Dire's bottom tower is
a
under
high ground
attack.
defense that's really going to have to be, I would almost say, lucky from LBZS. Because EHOME are going to have to make a lot of mistakes. And then we've seen that. I don't think anybody's immune to making mistakes. But
At least you have a Draw Ranger, who's pretty good on high ground.
Dire's bottom tower
So
has
it's
fallen.
easier to make a mistake against a lineup that's good against like high ground pushes, right? Or EHOME can also sit back forever and get 50k gold. Oh no.
that's not going to feel great. Dual Auto and Illusion, double silence though, and there's the Telekinesis throwing the Nyx Assassin back to get the kill on his ECQ. They look over at Zeal, they're doing the damage, they'll throw the Ravage, it hits on a Kagome, but PP with the BKB and the Crit Storm, still not enough damage to get the kill on
Anything damage.
They get the kill onto Kagome. They've taken out PP. Zeal survives it all, and they'll look over at Molasses. Telekinesis dropping him down onto the Legion Commander. Shiro gets credit for that one, and they'll call GG. EHOME taking a very easy and convincing game one, now one game away from having their 4th victory, which, like we've said, is very important.
Secures your tiebreaker at minimum. Yeah, this game was unfortunately not what we expected from LBZ.